Real Life Military, episode 28, bachelor's degree versus side gig. We're going to go over the average salary of a bachelor's degree. That can vary depending on factors such as field study, job role, industry, and location experience. One thing that military vets do have is they do get special preference when job hunting. But in the United States, the average salary of someone with a bachelor's degree is $59,000, which is pretty high, I believe. Comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. However, this figure can be higher or lower, determining where they work, what job field, what kind of bachelor's degree they got, and location again. So let's talk about a couple of those degrees. So the most common one of those is the BA, Bachelor of Arts, usually focusing in liberal arts, humanities, and social sciences. English, history, psychology. So for that, the average is around $20,000 to $40,000 starting off, and this could be painters, multimedia artists, designers, performing arts. Bachelor's of Science is a little higher emphasis on technical professional fields such as biology, chemistry, and physics. These can range from 50,000 to 100,000, depending on preference and where you actually get your job. And then the third most common would be Bachelor of Education. Average for that is $62,000, which I found really, really high. But that can vary from $20,000 to $100,000 depending on if it's private, public, and where you get your job. So besides the actual salary that you will get after you are done with the military, after that 20-year degree or 20-year career in the military, what do you actually learn from like going to school and getting your degree? You get knowledge in depth on what hopefully you will be working in the future. You get practical skills such as hands-on learning experience, labs, projects, maybe an internship if you're lucky. Industry insight. So you get lectures from professionals in your field, and this exposure can help you in the future when you go into that job field. Some marketing with colleges, but if you're military, you're probably doing online, so you probably won't get that. But you will get professionalism, how giving speeches, even if online, how to communicate effectively, critical thinking in classes. They encourage critical thinking, research skills, and ethical considerations. So with the side gig, this is hard to gauge. So we're going to go the easiest thing with making $1,000 a month and investing it into the S&P 500 because that is the most steady annual return you can find. So if you invest $1,000 into the S&P 500 for 5 years with approximate of 7%, you could have approximately $70,000 by the end of that period. So that's 5 years. For 10 years, it'd be 180, and for 15 years, it'd be $340,000. So that's with a 7-year return, and that's with just the S&P 500. But as time goes on, that should scale higher. I believe the things that you learn during a side gig are really effective. So one of them is time management, because when you're on a side hustle, you have other commitments that are pulling you from goal to goal. You have to allocate your time effectively between work, your full-time job, and your life and other responsibilities. You also gain entrepreneurial skills because once you start a side gig or freelancing, you gain the skills that include like how the market actually is, like what life actually demands. And you may want to do something with a side gig, but it doesn't produce any money at all. So you have to go where the money is and balance it with it's something that you can actually do and something that you're actually interested in. Again, adaptability often requires you to flex and be you have to switch with what's going on with the changing circumstances in the world, in your life, and in your region. You have to learn to navigate those skills and pivot when necessary. Um, they also the side gig and the side hustle also helps you develop other skills, develop and refine new skills, and learns and help you learn like technical skills that maybe you didn't know, or skills that you thought that were just common skills that other people can't do. So like some of those would be if you've always fixed cars your whole life, and you find that other people don't know how to do this, which that's very, very common. I know many people that fix up cars for people and they make a lot of money. If it's cleaning cars, if it's could be any skill that you think is minute that you have that other people don't have, people will pay you for that skill. And that's when I said the $1,000 could be more than $1,000, but it will start less and it'll scale up. But 5 years you should get at least $1,000 a month, but a lot more. And then some of the other ones that are really powerful skills are risk management. When you start your side hustle, the first couple times you may put too much money into it or too much heart or passion, and that's when you learn to assess your risks and make informed decisions and take action despite the uncertainties. So you will have to risk um, when you are doing a side hustle and getting that money. Um, and that's the difference between the two. But more than anything else, I think you learn that self confidence. When you successfully earn money on the side, it will boost your self confidence and your effect, uh, effectiveness. You gain a sense of accomplishment. When you make money on your own, that's when you start. You're like, oh wow, I can actually do this. So in closing, it is nice to have both, but you'll have to understand that after you're done that bachelor's degree or that 4 year degree that you have to start all over and actually go out there and find a job. With this side hustle, you will actually have that money backing you, that maybe you can start a new venture with the skills that you've already gained from getting that money. So in a perfect world, you would have both. But if you're going to pick one or the other, if you got 5 years left, maybe a college degree is the better way to go. But if you start and you're hungry from the beginning and you're in you first couple years in the military and you start making $1,000, if you started in 5 years in 15 years you made that $340,000, and you had 15 years of side hustling while in the military, you could easily start your own business or just keep on plugging away with the side hustle that you've now scaled up. So it's really something that you need to look into and just start, because both of them do take time and you will learn skills from both. And in a perfect world, you would need both or they would be helpful. So it's your choice. But if you're not doing either, then you are definitely wasting time. And nothing sucks more than wasting time. It's our most valuable commodity, and most people do waste it. So stop wasting time.